we were then faced with an energy plan called climate change. And when you look at the energy plan that was put before us, I mean, I looked at it from a perspective from Ohio, and we all want a clean environment. And I want us to move towards renewable energy. I think it's the way of the future. But the way this bill was doing that was not the right way. It was not good for Ohio. It was penalizing those companies that were out there that used carbon or CO2. Our manufacturing industry, number one industry in the state of Ohio, along with agriculture, was penalizing both those industries hard. We had an individual come in from the Manufacturing Association who testified. He said that what this bill would cause if it became law was hundreds of thousands of jobs would move overseas because it would be less costly to do business over there. They have less regulations, and what that would cause was higher unemployment across our country. And that being our number one industry in Ohio, with unemployment at the highest it's been in recent decades, it was not good for the state of Ohio. On the energy side, the bill focused and really targeted in on companies like coal companies. And I know we had our friends here, I saw Steve Lake and some of our friends from Dayton-area. Nearly 90% of our energy comes from coal in Ohio. So, and I talked to some of our coal owners over in Perry County. And that is part of my district. Does anybody know where Perry County is, since Rick brought that up? A couple of you have been there, maybe you've been there. Well, they got lots of hills, no cell phone reception. That's exactly the way they like it. And what they told me was, give us our guns and keep government out of our lives, and we'll vote for you. But it's a different. But they're very proud of our country, and just like we are. And they're no different. The number one issue in Perry County is jobs and the economy, just as it is in Greene County and Clark County and the Miami Valley area. And I talked to some of our coal owners over there, and they told me that they said, if we survive this, because they're not sure how they would be able to adapt to this, because they were already working towards clean coal technology and things like that this would be a cost we passed on to consumers. That the American families and small businesses would see an increase in the cost of energy. And during a difficult economic time, that in my opinion, is not a good thing. Now, if we were in some of the other states, for example, the Pacific Northwest, where they have a lot of natural resources there that they can use, or the wind power of the Great Plains, for example, this bill might make sense. But it did make sense for Midwest manufacturing states that relied heavily on coal. What we should have been doing, in my opinion, is giving more incentives towards alternative energy, towards renewable energy, and more incentives to create jobs in that field and let the markets compete, and I believe they would grow in that area, because that's the direction I think we all want our country to go. And there's still an opportunity for that bill to be fixed over in